Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, if my phone goes, I'm going to have to nip off, so let's see how these readings go because today is my birthday. Don't tell anybody because I'm very much a fly under the radar birthday person. The only thing that's really happening today is, aside from sleeping with the furs, I am waiting to be summoned for rainbow mud cake with the grandkids. So let's see how these readings go. Okay, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? Oh, today's artwork. It's quite a big print. As you can see, it's a little ways back. It's a limited edition Mitch Revs, R-E-V-S, Australian artist, and absolutely adore his work. He does have a website, so Mitch, M-I-T-C-H, R-E-V-S, if you are interested. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? I'm just going to put out there that, oh, one thing my guides were telling me the other night, they like to have a little bit of a chat when I'm trying to mind my own business. If you are finding that there is a lack of fresh food available, fresh fruit, please, vitamin C. My guides are just saying scurvy, and that really worries me. Scurvy is an affliction of, sailors from the great old days when it took 6 months to get anywhere via sea. And it was because they didn't have fresh fruit and vegetables. And then it was discovered that citrus provided the nutrients required on long journeys to prevent scurvy. So if you are looking at something to provide to a food bank or something along those lines, my guides were just telling me that would be ideal. And also sprouts. So you get a little jar with a bit of mesh over the top, you put some sprout seeds in, mung beans, alfalfa, whatever other sprouts you like, and give them a rinse out every day. Empty the water out of the jar, give them a rinse every day, and before you know it, in a couple of days, you'll have sprouts. That can be added to salads or just eaten straight, or on sandwiches or anything like that. My guides are just telling me those two particular elements might be quite important going forward. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Well, my guides are yapping at me about the two Justins. I'm not going to do a reading on them. It's something, just be aware. The two Justins from Tennessee, Justin Pearson and Justin Jones. There was this massive gerrymandering of the election maps happening in Tennessee not too long ago, and I believe one of the Justins was escorted out of the government chambers by white police people or sheriffs or whatever they were. Oh boy, talk about Confederate States. And Justin Pearson has come out and said you can rig a map, but you can't rig a movement. But for some reason, my guides have been yapping at me about the two Justins, so I've got them noted just to keep an eye on them to see if anything comes out. Okay, that's two things. Oh, also, I just want to mention, sorry about this burbling at the start. It's information that my guides want to get out there. I just want to point out with Bezos, he's a scared man. Actually, I might have a look. He's now coming out and saying, he only earns $82,000 a year, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say yes. And my guides have mentioned this previously, is the reason why he, has his money for the, $50 million yacht to go to a $50 million wedding, to give his nagging Lauren a $5 million ring or something along those lines, is because they borrow against the shares. So therefore and Fleon does the same too, and I suspect all the others as well. They don't actually have the money. They don't earn the money. They don't get the money. Well, they've never earned the money, but you know what I mean. They don't get they don't draw an income as such. What happens is that they borrow against the shares that they own, so therefore they're living off debt, so therefore they don't pay tax on it. It's like if you take out a mortgage against your house or something and you use that for your living expenses, you don't pay tax on that because you're actually living off debt. It's very much a Ponzi scheme. Now, what I'm getting is that Bezos is running scared because if his share price goes down and the income goes down, etc., the debt eventually catches up with them. So it's like, so if you are borrowing against, now not everybody owns a house, I know that, but you understand how mortgages work, or it's pretty much borrowing on the credit card. But if you borrow against your house constantly to pay for living expenses and the house doesn't go up in value, eventually there's nothing left and you're left with a great big dirty debt. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Jeff Bezos. Now I'm using the Runic Tarot. It's just the one my guides are telling me to have a look at. Jeff Bezos with his debt Ponzi scheme. How? Why is Jeff Bezos acting so? Oh, us billionaires! Oh, woe is us! Why is he acting like that? Okay, I've got the Hermit's thrown out, which is very much about isolation, but the rune on it also means challenge and frustration. Let's have a look. Jeff Bezos, why has he come out publicly trying to plead the case of well, I'm just going to say the parasitic money hoarders, let's put it that way. Let's have a look. Why is Jeff Bezos? Okay, come on down, let's have a look. So I've got the Hermit, and as I said, this rune that comes out here. So feeling isolated, feeling rejected, and he's reaching a point of a psychological, frustrating psychological challenge here. Okay. Now, I can't remember who it is. I was watching somebody last night. Oh, it might have been Rosie from Rosie's Insight. She gets the feeling that Lauren is just turned into a nagging fishwife, wanting it all. And Jeffrey, sorry, not Jeffrey, Jeff Bezos is actually missing. And it's funny how this happens. They sort of throw over the ex for the newest, but then they end up actually missing the ex because of the stability and the shared history and the underlying understanding. So I get the feeling he's actually missing Mackenzie Scott. Well, tough Bickies is all I can say. She's having a brilliant life without you. So the Hermit, challenged by the moon, secrets being revealed, darkness here. It can be insanity, but it's also about emotionally having a really long and hard road to travel. Okay, so his challenges the moon, two major arcana. Yeah, the wrath of God is being brought down upon him. So he's the Amazon boycott, etc. It's really starting to hit home. I believe he's invested in AI, which we know is not creating money, not creating return for them. So he's tried to get in on it, but so the energy he's in could also be this is him up on the cliff, declaring that the world is going to collapse if you don't support these billionaires. So that might be the energy he's stewing in at the moment, because he is on this sell myself tour that he's going on, sell the billionaires tour that he's going on. So he might be the one. I think I love it when my guides correct me. He's the one on the cliff declaring that the world is going to go to hell in a handbasket if you don't support the billionaires. Yeah, I don't think so. In the past, the Queen of Pentacles, that might be Mackenzie Scott in his past, who he actually misses, her stabilizing, grounding in reality. Can also be kitchen table issues as well, but I'm feeling this is Mackenzie Scott. And I really get that he's regretting. Well, tough. I'm drawn to the rune here that's on the shield, and it's about protection and warding off evil. Oops, hang on a minute. I'll just pause you for a sec. No, that was just a spam call, me not being summoned yet. So come on down again. Sorry about that. So the runes here, it's a combination of two runes. One of them is about protection, warding off evil, etc. The second is about self-reliance and endurance and survival. So I'm really getting that this, in the past, Mackenzie Scott. What a difference between this feminine stabilizing and this darkness that he's currently in, because this is the path and this is the energy that he's in at the moment. Right, crowning the reading, we've got the Temperance card. Temperance can be about alchemy. It can be about balance and moderation, but to me, this is more about the temptress. I get that this is Lauren crowning the reading, calling the shots. Okay, let's see where we go. 5 of Swords. The abuse of power, the betrayal, the deceit in his immediate future, the win at any cost, it's all burning down on him. People are walking away. He's got got his 3 swords in his hand, or he's taking off with all the swords, and it's just burning down behind him. Okay. Externally, justice. Ooh, there might be something court case coming from, like major court case. But this is also about actions having consequences. Now, the rune on the belt here is the rune of the warrior. But I also want to point out that it isn't literally an arrow pointing directly at him. So people are seeing him for what he is. They're not buying what he's selling literally. Internally, he's got this absolute disregard for what makes humanity human. So we've got the 4 of Cups here. Not looking at what is really precious, really important, and thinking that if I build it, they will come, is his attitude internally here. Hopes and fears, the six of Wands, which is often read by some as the victory card. I've always get it as a false victory. And in this particular deck, it pretty much looks like a surrender to me. He's waving the white flag. You've got the symbol here that I will not mention. It's an incomplete symbol, but yep, just putting it out there. Okay, dark money behind the scenes with the 3 of Pentacles. Working hard to create money, King of Swords, and the Magician. Some sort of strategy, manipulation, and then the Wheel of Fortune turning on him as the Page of Cups energy rises, and then we've got the Fool, the uncharted water, as the 7 of Swords is revealed. The Steel is revealed. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning for those who are living in this lap of luxury, because the Tower is coming. Now, this could be new information about those that have made vast amounts of money out of, as I'm just going to say, a Ponzi scheme type thing, and the Tower coming for him. Yeah. So I just want to ask really quickly. I never get good cards for these parasitic billionaires in the future. Show me, is Bezos running scared. Is Bezos running scared? I'm just going to do a couple of cards. Is Bezos running scared? Right, so we've got the money trail, the money coming in, could be working hard behind the scenes to create. But it's come to pass. So this may be the success of Amazon. Now, not self-made. I mean, okay, he did a really good job, but so did Jack Ma from China with Alibaba. But you got to remember that Bezos got $250,000 loan from his parents and while he lived at home, I believe, and set up Amazon in his garage, in his parents' garage. So yes, he did make a success of it, but it's not like they came from nothing. Let me put it that way. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles, working hard to create an income flow, but the Nine of Wands, back up against the wall, beaten and bruised, and it has come to pass that the ending is here. The Death card. An ending is here for him. Got the King of, on the bottom, you got the King of Swords, a new strategy being brought forward, action. But then you've got the Three of Pentacles, a reduction from the Eight of Pentacles, determinedly hammering out the same over and over. But look, the difference in attitude between these two cards, you've then got the Six of Swords, the false victory, surrender, and the Nine of Swords. Sorry, the Six of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Despair. I'm just going to say he is worried because the money flow is not there. He's banging on with the same old, is his strategy, expecting a different result. But he knows, he can see that the ending is on its way. It's a bit like I've been reading a book called Less. I did introduce it for you guys ages ago. And it's very much about the decline of the online shopping as people move back towards quality purchasing quality in reduced amounts. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I've started shuffling those cards upside down, so I'll put those there. I want to have a look at, to apologise, I'm so tired. Old dogs. With the new kitten, I have to shut the dog door at night time because we've got the neighbour cat, Billy. Billy is about 3 times the size of Nix, and he owns the night. Nix has the days, Billy has the nights. So I have to close the cat door at night, or the dog door at night. But it does mean Bindi wakes me up 2 or 3 times a night, being an old female dog with, Mum, I need to go to the bathroom. So I do apologise for things we do for our fur babies. Okay, using the Tarot Grand Lux, and yes, I have certain things in her diet to try and rectify that, but so far not terribly successful. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I want to have a look at Ashley St. Clair, just very quickly. So Ashley St. Clair had a really good interview with Luke Beasley, I think it was. So pop over to Luke Beasley's YouTube channel. The infighting, the tearing down, and the hanged man, seeing things differently. So Ashley St. Clair has come out pretty much spilling the beans on Fleon. Good and proper. She has several 100,000 followers on YouTube. She was deep MAGA and somehow extracted herself. And what is happening now? There's information coming out. Like I watched the Luke Beasley interview, just the very start of it, where he goes, "Oh, it's now coming out how corrupt and abusive and etc. This administration is." I refuse to call it the administration because it's pretty much a regime, and it's like, yeah, we've known that for years, but what's happening is that with the likes of Ashley St. Clair coming out, a lot of new people are finding out how abusive and corrupt and pretty much desecrating the regime is. So I keep saying stay out of the way of the crazies. And there was a crazy near the White House the other day who 30 shots, like really took 30 shots. And I'm pretty sure the innocent bystander was hit by Secret Service. He was a Republican. Apparently, the original person was a Republican voter, 21-year-old registered Republican. Okay, so what have I got? I've got as I'm shuffling, I've got the Chariot and I've got the Ten of Swords. So this is about those that were chained are finding out the truth and they are going to tear it all down. And then the Chariot, new beginnings, uncharted waters. So just tell me about Ashley Sinclair's messaging. Sorry that Mondays are always so a bit disjointed. It's just so much happens over the weekend. So Ashley Sinclair's messaging that she's putting out there. Ashley Sinclair. Ashley Sinclair. 2 cards have popped out. 3 cards have popped out. Ashley Sinclair. Right, first card that came out is this one, the Two of Swords. So pretty much the veil has been lifted and she is choosing a path forward, a path of truth forward. So what she's bringing forward is actually truthful. So this is the signifier here. It's not crossed, it's not a crossroads. The veil for her has been lifted. She can see through it and she is sharing it with others. Because the second signifier card that came out was the Page of Pentacles. I suspect she's got documents, but she's pretty much bringing forward the information. If it's as a challenge, because the cross card usually is a challenge, it's a financial challenge. I suspect Fleon hasn't been paying his child support because he's known for not paying his child support. So her challenge could also be a financial challenge or a reduction in circumstances, which is why she's now decided to speak out. She's using her star power. So this is the card, the energy she's in at the moment. Highly emotive, but also based in reality. So pouring these 2 jugs, one into water, which is about emotions, one onto the land, which is about being grounded, nurturing the land, nurturing the emotions. So very much she's using her star power to get her message out there. Grimes might step up as well. We all know who Grimes is. She had a real tussle with Fleon. And if you're wondering who Fleon is, it's Space Boy, you know, the one that stole the Tesla technology, all that sort of fun stuff, the electric car technology, you know. So her star power. Okay, I might ask whether Grimes joins in as well. But we've got in a minute, but we've got in the past, we've got the Page of Cups, information being brought forward. Quite emotive, but it is grounded and based in reality. So this would be the TikTok post she's done, the information she's put out there, about what she knows already. Crowning the reading, the Tower card. She is going to tear it down. She's not going to stop until it is this gilded gold glass house, crystal, fake, whatever you like to call it, built on shaky grounds, is torn to the ground. The immediate future, we've got the Nine of Coins, the financially independent female bringing her message forward and standing firm. Externally, the Fool card, new beginnings, having faith, stepping off the cliff. The Fool. Okay. I mean, the Fool or the Court Jester was always the only one that could bring the truth to the king, overlord, whatever you like to call him, without running the risk of being beheaded. So the message that she's bringing out is a message that only she could bring forth about the parasitic money hoarder. Okay. Right. Internally, the Three of Swords. She feels betrayed, not financially, but legally. Betrayed, despair, scorned. Fury hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So Three of Swords internally, which is firing her. Hopes and fears, the King of Cups. That's I think Fleon's a Cancer, so this could be Fleon, the power of him, the outcome, the Wheel of Fortune. Look at these major arcana in this reading. The Wheel of Fortune turning. King of Coins. Again, it's another card for Fleon because it's the Green King. And his father made the initial seed money for Fleon from an emerald mine in South Africa, where pretty much it was slave labour. So again, another one that didn't come from nothing. And then we've got the Six of Swords. Moving forward, getting out of dodge. So she could be forcing the Wheel of Fortune to turn on Fleon. She's going to have to protect herself and her child. You've got the Magician and the Sun, as she's going to expose manipulation. And you've got the Seven of Cups there, the Smoke and Mirrors, and then the Hanged Man, exposing everything. She's prepared to sacrifice herself. And then we've got that Ace of Coins that we had before. And then we've got the Seven of Coins, return on investment, or the ability to, in this particular one, she is able to harvest. King of Swords. So that's three kings on the table. This is powerful energy here. King of Swords, Eight of Coins. She has information about the money trail and the Chariot, the uncharted waters. Moving forward. Sorry, that's the Fool card, uncharted waters. The Chariot's about moving things forward, about the chaos caused. Okay. I don't think she's going to back down. Do not be surprised if he threatens her big time. But she's not going to back down from this. I don't think her child will be threatened. Got the Eight of Cups, emotionally walking away. I don't think she's afraid of him. Don't. She's using her star power. She may not be able to bring the proof. Well, I posted in my post section on the weekend the Pennsylvania court case from His Election Truth Alliance is going forward. It was tried to be dismissed, but the judge overruled the dismissal, so the court case is going forward about election finagling. I think with Ashley St. Clair, it's not so much she's going to bring forward physical information, but she's going to have cut through with her followers. Show me this, show me this. Three of Wands. So information being brought forward about the jester, the piracy. Six of Swords. Again, I think she's going to have to look after she may have to go into hiding because there's the devil underneath. Because she's going to reveal and she's going to force people to look at the situation differently. That is going to bring this new emotional intensity. That's the word my guides are giving me. A new emotional intensity. We've got the Queen of Swords, we've got Strength, and then we've got the Knight of Coins. It's usually my Harris card, the Queen of Swords, but this could simply be a female bringing forth the truth, strength in what she is doing, and revealing about the mercenary actions. Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Regret and restriction, but she's going to still reveal with the Two of Swords. She's determined to take down the Four of Swords and expose everything with the Sun card. About Fleon with the King of Cups and her star power, shining a light in the darkness with the Hermit. And we've got the Empress, the power of the female to bring forward the truth. The Ace of Swords. Okay, but on the bottom, yeah, the Devil. She's going to have to watch out for this Devil energy. Because they will stop at nothing. Is Grimes going to join Ashley St. Clair? What a powerful force they would be together. Is Grimes going to join in? Are any of the other women? Who was the one that had the twins that was an ex-CEO, or not CEO, ex-assistant or staff member or something? Really, the mother of the twins. So show me. Many of the other women. Mother of the twins is what I'm being told. She going to join Ashley St. Clair. And the mother of the twins knows because she was in King of Swords, Magician, Ace of Cups. That's a big yes. Bringing forth, action being taken to bring forth the truth about the manipulation that is going to really unleash emotion. Got the Four of Coins and the Regret. Four of Coins, the powers that be trying to keep something hidden, but you've got the Eight of Cups. Sorry, not the Regret, it's the Eight of Cups, emotionally walking away. And then you've got the Knight of Cups. And then Temperance, Nine of Wands, and then the Queen of Coins. So emotionally walking away. The Knight of Cups, some sort of offer being made to... This could also be, the Knight of Cups is also the Trojan horse. to create alchemy. The Nine of Wands, beaten up, bruised, back up against the wall. As the Queen of Coins, energy steps forward. Against the King of Coins and what happened in the past with the Six of Cups. And then we've got the Ten of Wands, the overreach, and then the powerful new beginning with this feminine energy bringing forward Sword of Truth, Ace of Swords. Again, she needs to be careful of the devil when the light is shone in the dark, but the power of the female, and they will be victorious and with strength. If they come together and work together, the Two of Cups, the delusion, the secrets being revealed, and then the Ace of Coins, and then we've got the Five of Coins, bringing forward information about the corruption. And the Justice card. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, gosh, on the bottom we've got the Hanged Man. Again, showing things from a different point of view. The Sun card. They just keep going. The cards just keep going. Yeah, I think one of the others, and I'm getting the mother of the twins, is going to join with Ashley St. Clair. So, to reveal all. So, because she's got different information. So let this play out and we shall see how we go. Okay, thank you for joining me. I'll try and get another reading in before the phone goes off. Catch you shortly. Bye-bye.